Okay, please excuse me, my voice might be a bit hoarse or whatever. I've been sick for the past week, unusually at this time of year. I was very sick.
This is Brian's logic, and he have been sick, and now he is in pain.
I wanted to bring this video about a week ago to address this stupid final experiment nonsense that they're going on with the borders. But anyway, I couldn't get around to doing it, but I'm here now, right?
So Brian wants to address the final experiment. Interesting. Let's start this dumpster fire.
Not too late, just not as early as I'd like it to be. I'm often end up that way. So I have a couple of points, 3, maybe 4 points to make about this, right? 5 points, right? I'm going to make.
I have a slight feeling that Brian have not planned this video very well. Now, is it 3, 4, 5 points or maybe 6 points?
It's called the final experiment, right? Just a rundown of what it is. It's going to be a group of ballers want a group of flat earthers to go with them to Antarctica. Not sure of the date, doesn't matter. Sometime in the southern summer. And they're going to go to 79 degrees south. And supposedly they're going to film a 24-hour sun if it's there.
Yes, the plan is to experience the 24-hour sun. Perhaps make a time-lapse of it. Why not? Would be great. So it's to see the 24-hour sun that exists down there.
That's the basics of it. Now, most people are getting caught up in with some red herrings there. The word experiment. They're focusing on the word experiment, saying that's not an experiment, blah blah blah. Yeah, it's not an experiment, right? But that's a red herring. Don't get drawn in by the red herrings.
You can call it whatever you want, experiment, observations, because it will prove that it's a 24-hour sun on Antarctica, and that's impossible on a flat Earth. I know it's a pain for you, Brian, but that's reality.
They're calling it the final experiment because they want you to chase that word, right? Obviously, number one, don't follow that word, right? Number two, the second part is people are talking about how it's just a begging the question fallacy. It is, because they're saying if the Earth is a globe, then there'll be a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. If they can film a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, then that means it's a globe. That's a complete begging the question, fallacious thinking. You know what I mean? It's about, that one doesn't follow the other. And so, is that true? That is a big yes. Is it true that they're pre-assuming the outcome? Yeah, it is. That's true, 100%. But that's another red herring. Right? I'm going to point out a couple of things here that people need to pay attention to. So, the first point is don't follow the red herrings. Second point, right? I don't know what the sun is. I don't know how it does what it does, what it's comprised of, anything. Right? It's a mystery to me.
Thank you, Brian, for confirming that you have no model. There are no flat Earth model. The sun is quite important when it comes to the world we live in, and you don't know what this is, how it works, but still you think you can prove a flat Earth. How stupid can a human being be?
So there being a 24-hour sun in Antarctica doesn't make any difference to me. I couldn't even guarantee that there's only one sun.
Brian talks about red herrings and fallacies, and now to escape from the fact that 24-hour sun on Antarctica proves a globe, he tries to invent one more sun, he opens for the possibility that it's more than one sun. Oh dear.
Now, I'm not saying there is more than one sun. I'm saying I couldn't guarantee that there is. If someone asked me to prove that there's only one sun, I've thought about this. I couldn't prove it. So I don't know what the sun is, how it does what it does, what it's made of, anything else. And I know that nobody else in the world does either. Mark my words, I've researched it. If you trust me, if you're flat out there and you trust me, mark my words. There's a lot of information I've never brought out. Nobody knows what the sun is. Absolutely nobody. Right? You can only make a few guesses at it. That's it. And even at that, you can't verify it because you can never go there. You can't get there. You can't get to it. So nobody knows what the sun is. So there being a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, only what? And that doesn't prove a globe. It just extrapolates out on the mystery that's already there. I don't know what the sun is, nor the moon, or the stars, or anything else. Neither does anyone else. There's going to be people out there who will claim they do, but most of these people are fit into either one or two categories. Either they fit into the category of, being delusional, thinking they have information and knowledge, right? Not realizing the starting point of that, or the fact that they're fooling themselves and others, or the second category where they're just frauds, they're just telling lies, right? So those are the two categories. Anyone who's claiming to know what the sun is, how it does what it does, what it's comprised of, etc., they fit into one of those two categories, right?
So, Flat Earthers, trust Brian. He knows that we don't know what the sun is, but he bases it pure on his fantasies, and you have to been to the sun to know what the sun is. Oh dear, he lacks all knowledge about science and how it works. And he don't know what the moon is. We have been to the moon, Brian. This is so damn stupid. Brian is so afraid of this experiment. Oh dear. His video is 15 minutes long and I can't stand more of his stupidity. I hope you liked the video. I will be back sometime after the weekend. Have a nice weekend all. See you soon. Bye.